radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, this on the regular, dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit it, talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
You got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd, and here we have Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
Nothing much. W's back, and I'm happy. Seeing a lot of good basketball being played. You know, I love this game. I love this sport. And, you know, Caitlin's back, you know.
Yeah. But let's get to the reason why, but let's get to the real reason why we're actually here. We are now an hour and 57 minutes away from the drop of Drake Iceman. This is the only reason why we're doing this podcast. Rich didn't know this. I decided to spring this joke on him just so he can make a face. So I got you. So Rich, could you imagine a 2-hour countdown podcast for One Nation Radio for Drake Iceman? Oh man, yeah. So, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I guess we'll talk about that next week. But, Rich, where does the Drake Iceman fit on your most highly anticipated albums of 2026?
I guess towards the top, maybe. Like, you know, I didn't listen to the leaks that everybody was talking about. Everybody's talking about, you know, the victim rap, and I heard, you know, a couple. I don't think any of them are actually going to, because they're timestamps. I don't think any of them are actually going to end up on the thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, the thing is, like, the nigga already released the album last year, so it ain't like, you know,
where he said,
I thought he was trying to get the party lit, James.
Right? Fuck him, even trying to get the party lit, and then, you know, last night it's a whole lot of, you know, LeBron backstabbed me, Kendrick, you're short still. A lot of that.
That ain't never gonna change. So
yeah,
you can hit that one forever. But
yeah, I mean, he hit it. Look,
did he have anything where he was talking about suing or anything, or
didn't happen to mention that?
Okay,
didn't happen to mention that.
Gotcha.
He did get off a line talking about how he had a like I did not see that coming joke. Right, he did a Nazi joke. And you know, talking about people didn't, you know, want to see him on top. But I was like, bro, you think these niggas care that you Jewish?
The Jewish roots, you know, and the fair skin and the Jewish roots.
He hit that.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I was like, I don't quite think that's it, but you know,
victim.
You got a victim complex.
You just easily slide that in there. It's almost all applicable, you know.
Yeah.
You know, this man has taken the Jerry Heller strategy in the past.
I was leaving that alone.
You know?
I was leaving that alone. But yes.
Yeah. But like I said, W's back. Basketball's heating up for me, at least. And yeah, man, I guess we should probably start with the Los Angeles Lakers being put on summer vacation.
Lakers got eliminated. They got swept. The fourth game actually ended up being a competitive game. Like, I want to say the games in LA, they were competitive for a half. Game 3 was competitive until half, and then they blew the doors off in like the third quarter. And then game 4, it was competitive throughout the end. They just happened to not be able to deal with the size disadvantage or advantage that OKC had with Harkenstein and Chet, because they were doing a lot of like short roll to Harkenstein because they were throwing zone at them, and OKC still struggles with zone. So they were putting Harkenstein in the middle, and then from there he's like, able to dish lobs up to Chet. So at the dunker spot. So at the end, that basically ended them.
When you got the kind of personnel the Lakers do, sprinkled throughout the roster, zone kind of makes sense.
The white guys. I mean, they don't. I mean, look, Alex Caruso had no problem playing man-to-man defense. So I agree. But yeah, man. I mean, it was just it was one of those things that was surprising to see how, even at this stage of the game, ultimately at the end of it, having to play every other game, you just saw LeBron you start seeing him get creakier and creakier throughout the series, where it's like, oh, he's losing his handle. Oh, he's losing his handle. Oh, he can't hold on to the ball. Oh, he's like missing layups right at the rim. He can get to the rim, but he's missing layups. It reminded me of like when T.O. got cut by the Seahawks, where it's like, oh, he can still get open, but he can't catch the ball. It made me think of that joke, but like in all honesty, like the main thing was just like to see how it came down to late game execution and how LeBron and Reeves could still keep it close. Reeves didn't play well in game 3 or whatever game it was where he cussed out the ref. I think it was game 2 actually. Game 2. Yeah. He didn't play well until game 3, and in 4 he played better. But like ultimately, the thing that surprised to me is how they were able to keep it close. And like if Luka was there, it makes you wonder if they can. I think it could have been a 6-game series if Luka had been there, because Luka would have got them over the hump in certain instances or whatever else. They would have got their doors flat out blown out off in that way. Ultimately, looking at Makeup in the West, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be Thunder Spurs for a long time, or for like half a decade, it seems. So,
I'm just
yeah,
disappointed, in the King. I said,
oh yeah,
before the playoffs, I thought we was going to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, he did in the East, so I figured, it's just on my back, boys.
Yeah,
disappointed. I put my faith in him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely done that.
Drop the beef.
Right,
and he let me down.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I got to keep it going now.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, got my annual. Got to send a song out. To the chat. And
you put it in chat already?
Yeah. You go back and see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as a real your thought on the season and the future, what are your real thoughts on the future?
Why do I get the feeling LeBron's not going anywhere? And when I say not going anywhere, I don't even think he's leaving the Lakers.
I don't think he's retiring.
Oh no, I think he's gonna play 25 years now. That feels
yeah,
like
I mean that's kind of the thing. Like if you're gonna play 24, you may as well play 25. I would honestly say if I was the Lakers, I would just say, look,
it's been real.
We can't let you play 25 years because you're holding up the Luka run. Like, granted, it don't really matter what the fuck they do with Luka, because they got Wembanyama on one side, you got like 1 million draft picks stashed around Chet and Shea. There's not going to be any winning done by the Lakers any fucking way, but you still need to be like, hey, we tried to actually go forward with this Luka.
We're going to get Luka some help.
Huh?
We're going to get Luka some help. All these people that want to get traded, all these people that's coming up on, free agents. And
have you seen this free agency class?
It's not good. LeBron's the biggest free agent.
Yeah. Austin Reeves like a top 5 free agent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's coming back. He's coming back.
Well, he's reaching unrestricted free agency. What I'm saying is he's a top free agent. He's a top 5 free agent in this class. It's not a strong class at all. And honestly, if you watch Austin Reeves in this year's playoffs and last year's playoffs, granted this year you want to give him some benefit of the doubt given the injury. He came back with the oblique thing.
Yep.
He has questions to answer on whether or not he's somebody you want to pay that money to actually be somebody to be in the playoffs, even if he's a second guy. We saw him be a second guy here. We saw him be a bit of a secondary ball handler last year. So, yeah, it's or actually it was third last year. But either way, it's like you got Luka, you got to build around Luka, and it's a similar thing to like why I imagine they let Jalen Brunson go. It's like, are we really gonna win when we have Jalen Brunson and Luka? Are we really gonna win when we have Austin Reeves and Luka? Like there's two people to pick on. Look at what happened with the Knicks. The reason why the Knicks have their fatal flaws because there's Brunson or Towns to pick on all the time.
Look, I'm seeing what's up with a signing trade with Milwaukee. You know, what they want to live like. You know, do you want a white NBA All-Star caliber player in Milwaukee, Wisconsin? You know, or get nothing from Giannis who wants to go?
I think that there will be better packages than because they don't even have draft picks. It'd be one thing if you had a war chest of draft picks. You can get it done with draft. Be like, oh yeah, you sign Reeves, trade him, and then you send him like 4 first-round draft picks or 3 first-round draft picks. They ain't even got that.
I mean, I think they got one. They got the 29. I think maybe
there will be people that will give more than that for
they'll
Giannis.
Figure it out. Trust in Rob. You know.
I don't know how you trust in Rob, given what Rob's done since he's had the job. But okay.
You know, look, people tell me, you know, a championship team was built, you know, by Rob. So, you know.
And he also let it get dismantled a year later because of one injury. LeBron turns his ankle and they say, let's blow it up. Stand on your square. You don't even want LeBron there. Don't let him bully you into making a trade for Russell Westbrook.
Couldn't do it. PR.
You know what's funny? The LeBron section, the LeBron stands, they act like LeBron's hands ain't got no dirt on it for that trade. He absolutely asked for that trade. Look, the big I've talked to you for years about this. LeBron has wanted a secondary ball handler for like a decade, from that up to that point, because that was like 2022.
He want one, but he don't really want one.
He wanted one since, that's the reason, like ever since basically like leaving Miami, he wanted one. Yeah. And that's why when Kyrie left, he signed the league because like I'm handling all by myself. So yeah, it's and then you see like when he has Caruso or he has Reeves, all the screening he does for these niggas because they can shoot. If you can't shoot, he's like, well, what's the point of even screening for you? You clogging up my bullshit. You clogging the shit I'm trying to accomplish.
I thought the man with the highest basketball IQ would have seen, you know, the Russell Westbrook like experience at that point. Like that ain't Russ's game.
You know what's funny? He recognized that when he was guarding him in the bubble when he was letting that nigga shoot. He sagged off of him. I think he made. I don't know if he did. I don't know if he went far.
Desperation. Desperation to make niggas do wild things.
I don't know if he went far enough to be disrespectful where he like did the fuck out of here because he done it to a few people where it's like
Caitlyn.
Like yeah, well actually it's LeBron, but LeBron first thing I ever seen do that shit where it's like yeah, just, whatever. But yeah, like he was doing that. He may have done that Westbrook. If not, he was flat out guarding him like that's how he felt and. Then 2 years later, he wants him on the team.
Incredible.
Terrible idea, and like it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. Because like if I was the Lakers, I'd let LeBron. I'd be like, I'm not signing LeBron to this because we're not going to win with or without him in this conference situation. So we let him go. Or whatever else, he can go to Cleveland or he can go to the Knicks or there's one other team he could go to that would it would be hilarious. But yeah,
like what Drake was talking about, he's some shit like you in the arena or you made a
he's like
out of switching
basically like we know you always switch
like
teams and and I was like that's funny, Durant's been on more teams in less time.
He wasn't in the arena.
I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to acknowledge the part where it's like, oh, you're best friends with KD, who's been on more teams.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Lakers
Durant
do.
Is an all-time rainbow jersey having ass nigga.
Well, he avoided the rainbow because he played on the Nets and the other black and white.
Look, they got Seattle alternates that existed when he was there.
Well, I'm dead serious. Like, okay, where are you gonna get the blue from? Or hold on, not blue. What color
the
is
Nets.
Hold on. There's no wait. Hold on. Let's see.
The powder
red,
blue.
Red.
They got an alt Nets red throwback.
A white and red.
The New Jersey Nets, like right before they moved, they had red and
like the Vince Carters.
Yes,
I don't think you ever wore that though.
Maybe.
Okay, so
Ethan Saber Jr. $4.99. I think Hachimura and Hayes are way better than they're given credit for, and Kennard and Smart were mid after the Rocket series. Appreciate y'all. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. I do want to say something about like Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. Like I've grown to really like be fond of them over the past 5 years. Like I remember, their breakout game. It was against Memphis. It was that game 1 of the Memphis series, and it was like them two like really kind of leading the charge. Like AR was doing what he wanted. That's like when I kind of made up that phrase. And Rui Hachimura was just like a mid-tier draft pick that was on a bad team, and then eventually came to the Lakers, and niggas was trying to get both of them niggas traded forever just cause, and they've been thugging it out. So like for me, like you gotta like look at them like 5-year Laker guys where like that are mid-level guys like a Rick Fox. I know they weren't around winning titles or anything. Like a Nick Van Exel, like a Cedric Ceballos, something like that. So
especially Reeves. Rui. The thing with Rui is he's having his best year.
Yeah.
And the thing, well, I mean, on top of that is like when he first got to him, immediately the instant impact guy, like they thought he was going to be somebody that was going to be like a rotation player, and then turn out, oh no, he's a starter.
Yeah.
And then this year, like he was on like the shooting streak of a lifetime, like for like the last month and a half or something like that. So he was shooting like damn near 50% from 3 for like a month and a half. So yeah, 2 guys are going to get paid this offseason. And they're 2 guys, if I were the Lakers, I mean, I would keep Rui for sure. Reeves is where it's like I have to have a conversation of like, I need to get in a bidding war or whatever else. I'm not finna pay him max money. Like regardless of LeBron stays or leaves, like
if he's going somewhere, like he's got to fetch a sign and trade. Like we gave you a shot, give us a shot and help us out on your way out.
Well, to be fair, he gave him a discount last time too.
He did.
But yeah, I mean, either way, like these are 2 success
I want him
stories.
back, but we'll see how. I want him back first choice, but if it doesn't happen,
there's no reason why. I mean, there's no reason not to do that unless you're one of these like Lakers fans that is like championship or nothing, and I don't think it's realistic in this particular setup of the NBA with what conference they're in.
I will say the clock, like whenever LeBron is out the door, that's when the clock starts for Luka.
Yeah. And if I were them, that's the reason why I'm saying that they need to get through this now, because the later they wait, like given that Luka keeps getting calf injuries. Did you read that article I sent you from the Ringer today?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing. No.
So basically, like hamstring and calf injuries have skyrocketed over the last 15 years of NBA, relative to like either other lower body leg injuries. And Kurt Goldsberry, who used to do Grantland with Bill Simmons, also now at Ringer with Bill Simmons. The dude used to do the charts, right?
Yeah.
Also used to work for the Spurs. He started talking to biomechanic people and sports medicine people, and like the thought is, well, because of like basically all of this 3-step gather shit that Harden ushered into the league, like instead of people playing off 2 feet, people are playing off 1 feet. So like all the Euro steps, all like the high like bringing the ball over, like Dwayne Wade and Donovan Mitchell shit is going on, and all of like the deceleration, like drag your back pivot, your third or your back pivot foot, or sorry, your third leg and drag it, and you're gonna call it a trowel for whatever reason. Like all of that is so much force on one leg now that like it's making tendons and muscles hot or whatever else. And
sound like Silver's league.
He's stupid. So, and I saw this, I want to say earlier in the year, I can't remember what YouTube channel it was, talking about how like you look at NBA basketball and how like, you know, there's less plays at the rim as far as like dunks or whatever else. It's more of this like deceleration Luka shit because it's like people are playing off one foot. It's more of a, instead of a launch, you know, you get to the restricted lane and you launch and it's almost like you launching off the trampoline. It's a lot of one leg stuff now because we let people travel basically. Mm-hmm. And that's a part of it. And we're talking about like, yeah, like based on a person that hasn't really, you know, had these injuries like they were tracking step back threes or whatever else, I think. And like the only person that's like super high in step back threes that hasn't had like a bunch of calf strains or hamstring injuries is like Harden. Even Harden had one, but he only had one. Everybody else has multiples or they tear their shit. Mm-hmm. So
what about Curry?
Curry had a hamstring thing.
Last year.
Last year in the playoffs or playing or whatever else. Yeah, it finally caught up to him.
Yeah.
But you keep in mind like his step back isn't as egregious as like Harden's or Luka's or, you know, that whole gather, get into your shot pocket, but instead of taking a step back, you actually step to the side to get a clean look at the rim. Like it's, you know, 15 years ago, that's a travel everywhere. Now we just let this shit slide because, you know, they have Harden has basically studied the plate or the what do you call it? He has studied the rule book and was like you know,
time
you get
to
2 steps on
exploit.
He has legalized this. He has legally maneuvered this shit to where it's like, well, I haven't gathered yet officially, so that's how you get all this stuff with 3 steps now. It is just people just let 3 steps go. So, like.
Look, maybe we should have sounded like old white men and started complaining about traveling. Maybe.
Well, my thing was I get it, but I'll say this: like if you playing pickup, I'm not allowed. No, we're running. That's coming. That's a turnover. There is no. That's the thing about it when it comes to like all this stuff. Is like, bro, like, if we're playing pickup, are we allowing this? The answer is no. Then it should be a fucking travel in the NBA. It should be that simple. Like at first it was like, all right, well, we kind of, you know, because people, you know, talk about the hand check shit. It's kind of like people hand check still all the time. They let the shit slide, but like you let the offensive player do all this shit to offset the part where people do hand checks again, so it's fine. Mm-hmm. But now we had these rising injuries. Maybe we should take the hand check back out again and tell these niggas stop traveling. So.
What about Big Vic and the Spurs? Like, I mean, I don't really think there's anything to say about the Thunder. I just hope the niggas fall. Like, I don't rock with none of that Thunder shit, dog. Like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, all that flopping and like not actually balling. Like when it's time to ball. What else?
He balled in Game 4.
Who else? That football player Lou Dort, playing the wrong sport. If that man, like, you know, if he wasn't Canadian, you know, he'd be playing another sport. Yeah. What else?
I will say
Williams,
this:
they don't even need him, or J Dub, they don't even need him on the roster whatsoever. They just pulling niggas off the bench like a 6-man, like just
AJ Mitchell,
niggas you've never heard of. Like
no. Here's the thing though, I've heard of them because like they've been rolling these niggas out the last 2 years. Like AJ Mitchell is a second-year player, but like, bro, I've been saying to you all year, like, bro, they have more backcourt depth than like any nigga since like the 60s. It seems like you gotta go to like the 60s Celtics to find more guard depth than these niggas. Like they go 6 deep at least, and then they added Jared McCain.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Thanks, Maury. They fired his ass.
Yeah. Throw him out like Jazzy Jeff. And it's in Philadelphia. Yeah, I don't rock with him. You know, Wemby don't fuck with Chet. Who else on that roster? I like Caruso. That's about it. You know.
I like pretty much all the guys except for really Dort, honestly, because Dort be doing too much, and then he won't act like he ain't doing shit.
$10 super chat from my man Rambo Slam Pig. He said, no need to get to this now, but here we are. If you have hip-hop talk at any point, we'd love to hear if you have any thoughts about New Jabes as a producer, or if you give your thoughts on jazz/lo-fi hip-hop. I don't know who that is.
I ain't got none for you on that. Look, I kind of checked out on rap pretty much in 2020 or 2014, and like basically from there,
you got to hit the.
Oh yeah, fuck rap. Yeah, James Boyd, notorious hater of hip hop. No, like it's just. I just felt like it moved. The sound shifted in a way that I didn't like, and I wasn't inspired really by any of the guys that was like going at that point in time. That were dropping. Like, I mean, when YG became the star that he became, and I'm like, bro, like, look, I understand he can make some hit records, whatever else, and like, he's not like he's a terrible rapper, but he's not a great rapper either. And like that shit got so much buzz, or that shit kind of was a big deal that year. And I was like, nothing else really is moving me. And I was like, you know what, I kind of just. And then Drake was at the top, and then what year did what's called come out? Pimp Butterfly. 2015. 15. Okay, so I was a year away from that coming out, and then when that came out, I was disappointed. And if that had blew me away the way I thought it would have, the way I expected, then like I would have probably still been in. But that was like my last thing. I was like, eh. So basically, it's like I check for whatever I check for, but like it's not like I'm on the pulse of whatever's going on outside of like whatever hits, whatever hit rings off from time to time.
As far as like lo-fi hip hop and jazz, like not really my thing. I've dabbled in it a little bit.
You made it sound like it's a drug.
I've dabbled in it. You make like Early Morning Dream, for example, you could probably say like lo-fi or whatever, right? It's an energy thing. It's like sometimes you're in the mood for it, sometimes you're not. I would say when it comes to like jazz rap, like that's like Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that. That's that really moves me.
Right, but I mean, I get. How do I say this? It's my. Lo-fi doesn't move me, but like if you give me melody in it, and like like Tribe had melody, so like I give that. I kind of maybe I'm erroneously like separating that from what I think of lo-fi, but yeah.
Rambo also says, speaking to Drake, can you explain why he wants more smoke from Kendrick? Is it a machoism thing? Well, it's because people around him are lying to him.
Oh, masochism.
Oh, my fault. It's because people around him and his fans are lying to him. They're telling him he really won and like all that, but there's nobody to keep it real with him and be like, and he knows deep down. He got bent over the knee. He knows. Oh yeah, he's rapping like Jay-Z on Blueprint 2. Yeah. Like he knows he lost and he's bitter about the loss. But the thing is, like Jay-Z left that like the year after it happened and moved on. We are 2 years removed past this. We're at a time where the music pace, speed of things moves even faster. Why are you still bringing this up? Why are you still bitter about this? Like you literally a year ago said you trying to get a party lit. You off this, and now you back to this. It's like the real thing is like, hey, do you have anything else like compelling to talk about? Because that's what it seems like. Like it seems like he has nothing else to talk about. Because what did I miss is kind of like fake friends. And now it's still more the same thing. Like I got fake friends still. It's like, bro, it's been a year of this. Like that bell is tolling, like. So, look, he better hope.
And then the second track he released last night, I think it was called 3 a.m. in New Orleans. He has a line saying that like y'all are my sons and I'm the solar system or something like that. And I was like, that's not how solar systems work. There's one sun in a solar system. Because of the gravitational force of that sun. I was like, all right, brother, all right. Like you ain't even get people to like listen to your shit before you put it out. And then it's also that it got leaked. It got leaked. So
are we all hoping that the Timberwolves just bow out gracefully so we can hurry up and get to this Western Conference Finals?
If they lose. No, I want to look. I enjoy this series. It's just that outside of them reverting to prison ball, they have not been competitive. Like if they're not allowed to foul them, they get blown out.
Rudy Gobert.
Gobert's played.
Big Rudy.
Gobert has played well in this series up until the last game where Wembanyama basically said, I'm going to isolate him at the top of the key, and he just couldn't guard him. And other times during the series when like Wembanyama tried to isolate him at the top of the key, Rudy's played pretty well with the stuff, but this time it just was not working. Just was not working. So Wembanyama scored 16 points in 6 minutes, and I called you like, hey man, whatever the fuck you doing, you need to tune in. Because he said had 16 points and 5 rebounds, and he just sat down. There's like 6 minutes left in the first quarter. What the fuck's going on? I was like, look, bro, anything is possible.
I was like, I thought you said 60 at first, and I was like, what? Like, but yeah, then you said 16. So
man, it was incredible.
Man, the Spurs, like, it don't like, all right, if you are a historic all-time great player, this is about the time where you're taking a step forward and going up, at claiming something in the league, whether it's a major award, whether it's, a finals appearance, whether it's like even a championship. And Victor, like, the Spurs have like stealth tanked this shit out to a way with being fortunate with laying Victor down his rookie year where he only played 40 games.
Stealth. I wouldn't say stealth. Everyone knew.
Yeah. Like, and they built it, and they've got like at least 4 guys, and then they got other dudes just catching fire left and right. Like that Champagne guy is coming out here and just like, yeah, I'm just hotter than the sun, and I'm just gonna like, hit any 3 I want.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing though, like, because when Wembanyama like causes so much problems on a roll that like he grabs so much attention, and like people like Champagne and Devin Vassell, like, they're good shooters, and they're on a team with they're going to have open shots. So like their their 3-point percentage is like probably higher than it actually would be on another team. But yeah, it's just like the main thing is like they have Wembanyama, they have 2 quality shooters, and then they have the 2 guys like the 2 young future stars, and well, actually, I mean, Castle's already an all-star, but like Dylan Harper's going to be an all-star too. And
they just got to find a way to eventually get rid of De'Aaron Fox.
De'Aaron Fox, bro, De'Aaron Fox has been bad in this series. Like unless he's stapled to Wembanyama's minutes, like it's a mess. It's a mess at times. Yeah. And like I thought, and during the regular season, it looked like they needed him because he was playing really well when he played because he came in late with an injury, and then like Dylan Harper was a rookie. And now it's a postseason, and like Dylan Harper's out here giving off like, I ain't gonna say it, it'll piss you off, but he's doing. Bro, do you see the play he did when he did in and out behind the back to the dunk?
Yes.
Who that remind you of? I'm not saying he's gonna be that, but who else was that young doing that kind of shit in the playoffs?
Said in and out and then a dunk. Just say it.
That was some 01 Kobe shit, bro. It was. I'm not saying he's gonna be Kobe, but I was like, bro, I ain't never seen no nigga that young in the playoffs do no shit like that.
Yeah.
It was nuts. And then like, yeah, man, like
I brought with the ethos of the Spurs. That's more in line with what I feel like the league should represent. Whatever Silver's league is, that's the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Man,
that shit is something else. Can't really roll with that. So do you want to watch free throws all game long?
They don't take free throws all game long. The problem is that this
you want to be able to guard these niggas at all.
The problem is that you have Shea out here embellishing like crazy at times. And then you get to see what Caruso and Cason Wallace and Dort are able to get away with on defense. And then when it comes to offense, you get Chet and you get Shea out here doing these wild flops. And you're like,
it ain't honorable.
It's not the same. You can't have it one way or the other, refs. I don't know how you see this stuff on one end and let it shit slide, but then on the other end, you get to see Shea go out here hit niggas with the, with the what do you call it? With the forearm and shit. What was it? The bull hammer? Yeah.
Yeah, the bullhammer.
What was your boy's name?
Wade Barrett.
The Wade Barrett bullhammer on offense to get separation, and that's cool. But then all of a sudden, it's all of this. And I will say this for you to say it like the ethical way, hey man, I would agree with you up until this series. Stephen Castle started to do a whole bunch of my head and all of that shit. I mean, to be fair,
he got the hair, so he's trying to that's the
Jalen Brunson.
No, I was gonna say that's traditional Spur, that's straight out the Ginobili playbook back when he had the hair.
Oh, good point.
All the hair, that's a Spurian passed down through generations.
That's true, but I'm saying in recent times, the person that does that the most, Jalen Brunson with his double twist.
Yeah.
All of this all the time. It's like, hey man, you already small already. They want to give you every benefit of the doubt with every single call, and then you also want to snap your head back left and right. All right, man. So, but yeah, man, I really enjoyed the Spurs watching them, and I enjoy watching what Wembanyama's already doing, as a defensive communicator, and he's already doing a lot of that, KG, LeBron James, low man genius shit, where it's he's directing the traffic, he's making sure to regardless of whatever action y'all try to put me out to pull me away from the paint, I'm making sure that I get my ass back to the low man. It's really interesting watching him. You can watch him the whole game, watch him on defense and offense in a way that I haven't really been able to watch any other guy do that except for prime LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, he's something else. And if he makes threes, if he makes 3 threes in the game, I don't see how the Spurs ever lose that game.
Yeah, I really hope they win. I just want to see it.
It's gonna be fun. It might be the best playoff series since 2018 West Conference Finals.
Yeah. What else do we have? Anything in the East worth a damn? Really? The Sixers got sent home.
Sixers got swept because Embiid health can't hold up, and Maxey don't can play one way.
I thought they had something.
A lot of the Aaron Fox stuff. It's a lot of that with Maxey.
Yeah. Jim Harden has Jim Harden hung around enough to where he done had all his bad games, and it's he can just play regular now. It's he got the bad games out the way.
Nah. Because, he had 30 and 8 and 6, something like that last night, but it's he shot I think he shot 8 for 21 or something like that.
Shit.
So, they won the game, and he didn't play terribly, I think, but, he didn't play great either. But, they got the 3-1 lead, or whatever else. He saved them in game 3.
Man, the Cavs out here winning rounds in the playoffs, multiple.
They kind of owed after they choked out last year, losing to the Pacers.
Yeah.
Because they won 60-some games last year. Remember that?
They were good last year during the season.
I remember there was one game at post All-Star break when they beat the Celtics, and it was they might actually be a real deal, one of the 4 teams that could win the title, and then they got bounced in round 1, and I looked like an asshole.
Yeah,
so
tough.
Yeah, if I were the Knicks, I'd rather play Pistons a lot. I'd much rather play the Pistons.
Yeah,
because the
Are you
Cavs
sure
have
though? Are you sure about that? If you're the Knicks, because they're gonna try to rough you up, and you might be susceptible to it.
They beat them last year in the playoffs.
That's true.
They beat them last year in the playoffs. This team has a more sophisticated offense, and also the Knicks have more depth now because it's not Thibodeau running the same 6 guys or 7 guys to the ground. It's actually Mike Brown who actually plays with pace and plays with extra players to make sure people are fresh.
That's amazing.
And offense, and also
that's amazing. They figured out
the Anthony Towns thing.
It's amazing how far Mike Brown has come throughout his career. Before he was just this no offense coach or whatever. This nigga's coached everybody at this point.
Seemingly. He became offensive coach because all I did was hey, we're basically just gonna run up the floor. We're gonna be like the 2013 Nuggets. We're gonna be like a UNC team. We're just gonna run secondary break and run and zip by people that score, against unset defenses. And then they got to the playoffs and they lost. And then they're like, oh yeah, They at some point, like Draymond Green said, you know what? We're not even going to guard Domantas Sabonis out to 12 feet, and then they short circuited. But yeah, like he understands. He understands the job and is more trusting of his players than Tibbs was. So yeah.
Well, that's NBA. WNBA is back.
Yeah,
and it's been a eventful first week or so.
Twitter sucked.
Oh man, it's been insane. Like just full outworld stuff. Like I thought some of the GM survey stuff was kind of nonsense, but man, it turns out, James, that the games can be played and people will see what happens in them and completely disregard it.
Yeah. Now I'm assuming you're talking about the George Foster tweet.
Oh yeah, that was really bad.
Now, granted, George is
dunking on him left and right.
Now, granted, George is offensive lineman. Okay. That he's good at football. Now is his thing. He's good at most things, music too. But hey, man, like, look, I've never heard him talk about W ever before until today or yesterday or whatever that was, and I was like, that don't make man,
not a lick.
That don't. I don't think you know enough about the WNBA to be making that kind of to say that like you think Caitlin Carr is physically not strong enough to get to whatever spot she wants to is like, well, unless she got somehow weaker over the last 2 years, she got pretty much every spot she wanted to before. And even then, like we've seen plenty of people that are strong get to whatever spot they wanted to in the league, i.e. Steph Curry that weighs 170 pounds. So.
And like
that's not a thing.
And the thing with
Caitlin that's not as big a thing as he's made it out to be.
Caitlin's realizing she's actually bigger than a lot of the guards, and it's like a light bulb went off, and she's like, "Oh, I can be a bully." Like, and that's like what it's kind of felt like as the jumper hasn't like fallen immediately this year.
Why do you think her jumper's been bad the last 2 years?
I don't know. Like, last year, I know it was the injury, a lot of the lower body injuries. She didn't have her legs, she says. This year, she's not hurt or anything, so she's just back rimming shit, like, right now. So, there is a difference between her catch and shoot threes and, like, her isolation ones. Those are the ones that she's missing.
Her isos look awful.
The ISO ones she's missing all of those, but, like, she's shooting, like, 43 or 45% on catch and shoots. So, it's like, that's interesting. So,
up until like the last decade, we weren't having people shoot off the dribble like that.
Yeah,
that's another James Harden influence on the sport. Like we just let people dribble the air out the ball and then shoot it, and we're just indiscriminate as fine. It's like just think of it. A set shot, or not a set shot, but like a shot where like your feet are set and there's less movement of all of your body parts compared to dribble, and you got to pull from the momentum of the dribble up, as opposed to most people catching their pocket and go straight up. Which one do you think is easier?
Yeah,
especially later in games when you're tired. That's just common sense, but you know, three
they don't use that.
To the rim is so much. All right, man. All right.
So
that'll happen. That'll happen in the playoffs.
A lot of
big 15 feet and fucking pull from the elbow.
A lot of big matchups. League kind of opened with the Wings and the Fever. The Wings got a win on the Fever's home court by I think 3. Kind of a wild game. The Wings hit like 11 threes in the first half. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I watched their next game. I believe they hit a grand total of 2. Like,
yeah. I mean, people have been freaking out about like the opening weekend with the scores. Yeah. They were complaining a lot about fouls. It's like, well, they're trying to get these people. They're trying to get the women to defend without fouling. Like,
it's
and
tough.
and
human foul machines is everywhere. Like, Aaliyah Boston fouled out last night in L.A. Cam Brink, like, I think caught like 5 fouls inside of like 10 minutes or something. Maybe the first game.
I saw people complain about the length of the games.
Yeah,
saying these games are going 2 hours and 2.5 hours, whatever. So I was like,
they used to go 2, but you know,
I mean, that ain't just about
foul.
That isn't just about The fouls. That's also about like. That's also about the
networks.
TV. That's about the TV stuff too. You get more commercials put in or longer TV commercials or whatever. I believe.
Yeah. Candy Carter's back in the league, killing off the bench. I'm like considering.
How many points she have?
She dropped 27 off the bench against the Sun. I think she dropped 25 against the Sparks. I'm literally considering going to the Dream game to see Kennedy Carter on Sunday. I'm gonna see like what the last minute tickets look like. So,
did you really just say that?
Absolutely, she's incredible.
No. She plays for the Los Angeles or Las Vegas Aces, right?
She does, yes.
You're paying money to go see Kennedy Carter, not Asia Wilson, the greatest women's basketball player of all time.
No,
did I have that right?
No, not her.
Not the woman that won MVP, Finals MVP, won the scoring title, and Defensive Player of the Year last year. No. Okay.
No.
All right.
No, I'm going to see the other CC. You know,
well, that's
Kennedy
colorism.
Carter.
You want to see that light skin? I see what I see. I see what it is. All right. The real banana boat. You yellow motherfuckers. I see what it is. Okay. I peeped it. I peeped game.
Big Ken went around the world, went to Saudi Arabia, went to Mexico, proving she should have never, ever had to go all the way out there to pursue
that's
her
absolutely
craft.
true. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
All these teams in the league, like every front office should be having things thrown at them to allow her to just moonwalk onto the Las Vegas Aces. That is that is insane. That's like, yeah, bro, we gonna drop like let's for example like maybe Latrell Sprewell, right? And what I know, yeah, like just allow him to drop back into the league on the best team in the league, or the most talented loaded team and with the best coach and the best organization and shit like that, and they're like, we'll fix it. This would have been a Bill Belichick bargain bin special right here.
Yeah,
open
box special. Yep.
Open box special. That's what Kenny Carter was. I was pissed. I was like, did the Fever at least even fucking call her? Like I was like, what the fuck are we doing? Like,
I mean, if y'all are so upset it's an arms race, given that y'all played you in the playoffs last year, Fever and Aces, y'all know y'all can make that phone call and bring in Big Liz.
Look, I have also suggested this. They need another big.
My point is, there are some people that just blackballed and they ain't never getting back into the WWE.
Yeah.
You know that.
Look, I mean,
you know that.
Look, most hated anyway. She might as well just get down with the team. What they gonna do? Hate some more?
Man, that Liz Cambridge and Caitlin Clark picture, and then that talk, and then remember when Liz was calling what word is it? The Nigerian women's team they play, and he called them all sorts of crazy shit. Nah, yes. Man, absolutely not.
Can't do it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but Caitlin's stats are great right now. Everything but the three, pretty much, and it's like if she puts this stat line up. That's like something it's like a stat line that's never been done in the history of the league, I'm pretty sure. And you moonwalk to like a top 2-3 MVP candidate, if not outright win, depending on which way the standings end up going. And people are acting like this isn't happening, James. Like this is like
we're only 2 games in.
I know.
They freaked out over 1 game.
No, first they freaked out and they said she played terrible on the Saturday game, right?
Yeah,
and they were putting her under the dirt. There was some loud mouth that was like, "This is
she's Linsanity."
I'm like, what the? I was like, I don't even saying we're back in 2024 isn't strong enough. Like, I was like, huh? And then so Caitlin comes out, smokes the sparks, and she from the second the game starts, super aggressive, going to the rim every time, can't be stopped. Threes miss, whatever. Ends up with 24, 4 and 9, whatever. Should have had 14 assists. People blew cash. Wake up today. I get a comment on one of my videos from somebody. They were like, yo, I liked your video. I was like, when I went on Twitter this morning, you would have never known the Fever even won the game, the way people was talking on there. And I was like, it's Outworld, bro. I don't know why they acting like this. This is nuts. It's just
I mean,
Aaliyah Boston did nothing.
Caitlin did do that thing over the weekend too that pissed a lot of people off. So
she did do that thing. where she walked out with Morgan Wallen. And, you know.
I got to say, what a good look. What a good look. I wouldn't have done it.
I wouldn't have done it. A lot of people don't even know who Morgan Wallen is.
Like, you remember Jordan, like Republicans wear shoes too? Like, hey, you might want to, no one's going to be happy when you do this. Yeah. In this particular league, like only person that could have done that, and they would have been like, oh, whatever, that is what it is with Sophie. And then Sophie fine. I remember I said, I guarantee Sophie had that. I tell you were like, Sophie's, I don't know how you know Sophie. They're like, trust me, she's there. And then all of a sudden you see a picture of her.
I said, I was like, she's more likely to go with Lexi rather than be hanging with Sophie. Sophie was there on her own. Like,
yeah, okay. Well, I misunderstood what you said, but I was like, Sophie's definitely there.
Yeah. But I was
if Sophie wasn't playing the W, she'd be in a CrossFit gym. I'll leave it at that.
She had a photo shoot hit the timeline yesterday as well.
Oh, here's the thing. A lot of people were in that Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, and like there are two people that got the blues, and I don't know why these people are getting the blues other than you just don't like them, because it's not like they're unattractive.
Yeah. I was like, all right.
They was giving Tiffany Haddish the blues. I was like, oh, okay.
Bro, I was like, there's a lot of cap going on right now on the timeline. There's a lot of cap.
Look, you can be disgusted for whatever reason you have for her or whatever else, but like, if you want to say she's ugly, you're lying.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. Look, I'm not making any comments about how pretty she is or is not. But I'm not saying. But to say she's not pretty, or to say that you find her revolting is like, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Kelsey Mitchell scoring a ton of points, doing nothing else. By the way.
Those body. What do you call them? I'm sorry, forget the point. I remember the old ESPN Body magazine or whatever else.
Yes.
All those hideous bodies from the W. We've seen those before. Those unappealing WNBA women's bodies. They're so shit. We've seen those before, right? Fuck out of here, lying ass motherfuckers.
Who else? Brianna Stewart got off to a pretty good start to the season. She's
okay.
also.
I'm watching them versus the Fire right now.
She's actually shooting worse from three than Caitlyn, which is wild. Who else? As I say,
when does Nafisa come back?
She's on court activities in June, but I think they're going to be kind of
June.
I think they'll be pretty good without her because Olivia Miles has hit the league like a fucking tidal wave. She's incredible, bro. She's got like
she should have been the first pick, huh?
Absolutely should have been the first pick, especially because Paige don't want to play on ball. So we know what happened. We know why they did it. I'll leave it there. But Olivia Miles is like really impressing me. Like just the way she's coming off like these screening rolls, and she is super athletic. I knew she was gonna be great from seeing her in college, but like she's somebody that jumps in the league and it's like, oh, there's an athleticism difference from people trying to guard her. Atlanta is an interesting team because like I think things are going right for them, but no one quite knows why yet. And I think people are misdiagnosing what's going on, and they are a defensive unit. That's what I think this thing comes down to. This is a defensive team masquerading itself as an offensive team. And they have Ryan Howard, who is an awesome defender, who has a ridiculous shot selection, right? Alicia Gray, who actually scores and can engage in some of the floppery, but it's fine. It's not that bad unless you see it game after game. But Angel is there, a defensive menace, an offensive rebounder, the ultimate garbage woman, and like people want her to have offense ran for her for some reason, but like the finishing is really no better than it's like ever been. And she had like that first they did a comeback against the Lynx the first game of the season. They were down 17 in the second half and they just walked them down possession after possession, and it was like huge defensive stops from Angel, sealed the deal. But Olivia Miles went crazy in that game too. But yeah, they're undefeated. They're going to be playing the Aces Sunday, like I mentioned. So I'm like, man, I might take myself out there. But I think I need some more time to see them, especially they don't have Bree Jones in the lineup. I don't know if bringing Bree Jones in will be helpful or hurtful because it's like another big. Angel really should be the only big on the floor, I think. They almost have like one too many big bodies. You're muted, James.
Well, I imagine that comes down to matchup, right?
Yeah.
Because like you don't want to play the Liberty and have one big out there. You have to deal with John Quill and Brianna.
Everybody's tall on the Liberty. They got 6'6" people have fucking shooting guard out there. Leone Febich and shit. Like, it's nuts,
yeah, I forgot about her. This is year 3 for her, right?
Yeah. But Atlanta's gonna be good defensively for sure. Aces got their ass like killed on ring night. I don't know what.
I said we like I'm an Aces fan.
I don't know.
I'm an Asia fan. We ain't concerned.
I'm about to say I don't know what the fuck happened, but like the Mercury went in there and was like
belt the ass.
They went belt the ass, and then they was like hamming it up like they actually got something out of this. It was like, nah, the finals was last year. Y'all should have tried that then.
They tried. They tried, and then
what else? They bounced back and they beat a couple sorry teams. They beat the Sparks and the Sun. Marina Mabry's going crazy trying to justify that $1 million contract. I don't know if you've seen. She's scoring I think she's leading the league in scoring or some shit.
She played for Toronto?
Yes. Or Kelsey's leading the league in scoring, and Marina's second or whatever, or some shit like that. Bunch of threes. On fire to start the season.
Any wins?
Yes. I believe they do have a win.
It's good to see that she's gotten out of hell because she was out there. She was out there on the Connecticut Sun. Run.
Connecticut. Ew. It's like, brother, ew. Like that one.
Yeah, look, get me to an expansion team. I'd rather play for an expansion team, play for a team that was what had the record. What didn't they have the best record 2 years ago?
I don't know.
When Alyssa was still there?
They had the second best record. Or no, they were the third seed. Excuse me.
Okay, third seed. Okay. Yeah.
But it's been fun, seeing what's going on. The Wings are pretty entertaining to watch. I was watching them, but look, Paige has this thing, bro. I watched the Wings Dream game.
Hey, Rich, Cheryl Soup's commercial going on right now.
That's part of that 30-year campaign that they're doing for the league or whatever.
Okay.
Paige did not look at the basket for 10 minutes of game time.
You told me about that, yeah.
And I was like, this it's a different thing. There's this thing. I think what happens with her is everybody says she's efficiency pilled. It's if she got 50% on there, she'll just stop shooting to preserve the percentage or whatever. And it's the first game that she played against the Fever, she was 8 of 10 that game, right? It was hold on, if you're shooting this good, you're shooting 80% and shit. Why aren't you shooting more? It's volume. I don't know if she felt like they didn't need it or whatever, but I was she could have scored way more because she was frying Sophie. And then it really came back to bite against the Dream because she was we used to say Chris Webber, he wasn't even interested in looking at the basket. It was she
Game
was
7 against the round of the West Conference Finals in 2002.
Yeah, but it's even less because at least Webber would have his hands on the ball and make a decision for that. She'll just run to the corner and just act like she's not involved in the play or whatever. I'm like,
is she a good defender?
She's a passable defender, I would say.
Okay.
I think people overrate her. People blow by her because she's not fast. So
okay.
She has come back stronger for sure this year. If you see a picture of her from last year and this year, you'll be like, whoa. She's been lifting. What else? Trying to think of any other little
didn't Malonga have a crazy game in the opening weekend?
No, not Malonga. I think Flaugier did. I think Flaugier had a pretty good game.
Okay. I saw some highlight of her knocking down a shot or something else, and then she runs back like she's in a fucking anime with the arms out.
Yeah. She was I just did that shit. Chicago Sky are undefeated thus far, not making a particular fan base happy at all. Man,
The Sky are undefeated.
Sky are undefeated right
They're
now.
not the worst team in the sport.
They are not.
Who do you think is gonna be the worst team?
Portland Fire. They're gonna go like 4.
Besides the expansion teams.
I was like 4-40. Like the Sparks are bad, bro. And
Really?
like it don't like
with,
I'm gonna tell
with
you
NECA
why.
and Chelsea and Rakia. Oh, I forgot Rakia left. I forgot.
I'm gonna tell you why they're the worst. They're the Seattle of this year because of NECA. Like NECA is not good. Like, and I know it sounds nuts. She's going to Hall of Fame. She's a great player and stuff like that. But like when it comes to it and what you're like,
is it that she's just old?
She's old and she's in the way. She's like it's like, all right, like she's somebody that you need to trade to a good team to get assets back from if you're the Sparks. But you're playing NECA, and it's like she's NECA Gumake. You got to have a certain level of respect for her.
Isn't Cam Brink coming off the bench now?
Yes. And like Cam hasn't exactly been super productive, but you give me the chance, I'm going to play the young player, especially that I drafted with the second pick. But they blew the young core already up by trading Rakia Jackson for Errol Atkins, who's just a bench player now. Kelsey Plum is a good stats, bad team person. And like she is content. No, she is content to be on a bad team. Now she gets to be number one, James.
I know.
Now she gets to be number one. She gets to score all the points she wants, but they're gonna fucking lose because she is not a creator.
She's a terrible defender. She's always been a terrible defender.
She's not a creator of other people's shit or anything. She's gonna get her numbers for sure. Like it'll be there at any. Oh yeah, she'll average like 21 points or something, but like it ain't gonna like go. And like Hamby's good, but she's not amongst like the best bigs or whatever, right?
Can we talk? I mentioned this to you in JML. Can we talk about how they decided to put the Las Vegas Aces versus Erica Hamby's Los Angeles Sparks on Mother's Day?
Oh my God, that's funny.
They didn't. I was like,
I didn't realize that.
I said in the thing to y'all.
I guess I missed that part.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, that's insane. What's wrong with y'all? Who are the schedule makers? Who evil motherfuckers decided to do this?
So I've seen a comment from Money Mark. Connecticut is worse. I'd rather the Connecticut situation. They're about to move to Houston and kind of reset the whole thing. They have a host of young players, and like the Sparks have no young players, and they keep trading assets. So like you're stuck with Kelsey Plum, Nneka Ogwumike, and De'Erica Hamby that you're building around when you should be building around Cam Brink and losing and getting more picks, like to line up for all this fucking talent that's coming into the league and not trading Rakia Jackson away. Like they are stuck with an old team. They're stuck with like a post 1996 Rockets style team right now. It's like, nah, bro. And they're not going to no Western Conference Finals or nothing. Like they're stuck. They're stuck.
Where do you think? When does Juju come out?
She potentially
she's
could
a junior,
come out.
Right?
She potentially could come out this year, but she's going to have another year of eligibility if she wants. I don't know if she's going to do it because like there's going to be a push, I think, for her to try to break Caitlin Clark's record for the all-time scoring thing. I don't know if it's going to happen just because of like the
she
amount
might
of
still
games
be able to make
missed.
more money in college, so she just should stay.
There is that, but people seem to think she might be coming out next year. I don't know if I would do that if I was her. What's the rush? The only thing is like Sarah Strong's coming right behind, and you kind of want to be the number one pick. Whatever draft Sarah Strong is in, she's going number one. But I don't know.
What about what's it called? Hidalgo.
She's senior next year. She'll be like the second pick if Juju comes out.
Okay,
pretty sure. But yeah, like it's been exciting. I've been watching as many games as I could, and just trying
you
to
can watch
see.
them instead of NBA playoff basketball. It's so fucking blasphemous to me. It's like, hey man, it's funny to me because like I'm watching the opener, the Fever and the Wings game, and I'm like, obviously I've been watching playoff NBA basketball, and now it's ported over to opening night or opening weekend of WNBA, and I'm like, where's the intensity? And I'm just like, James, you're an asshole. Because it's not the same.
I'm gonna say I thought it was intense shit. Like they were coming out there with something.
But it's bigger, stronger, faster athletes that are more desperate that are playing, and I'm watching Warriors. I'm watching Timberwolves and Spurs,
yeah.
and they're out here and this before they crack down on the physicality, and they out here playing 90s fouling basketball while still somehow scoring 55 points and a half, both teams. And then I go to Saturday and I'm watching, so I'm like, I had to be like, for a second I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, never mind, James, you're an asshole. You're watching smaller, slower athletes play with less desperation because it's the first game of the whole season. You're an asshole, James. And then I had to see people complain about there's so many foul calls. I was like, they're trying to clean up the league to make it to where like there's not all this muck ball going on in the W anymore. Like, y'all don't understand. And also the floor's more spread out than it has been before. Like, I don't get why people are complaining. They just want the old thing they've always had as opposed to, hey man, the WNBA is trying to modernize their basketball.
Yeah. So
if you want to watch old basketball, you can go to YouTube.
Yeah.
When I want to watch Charles Barkley or Michael Jordan, I go watch YouTube.
It's funny. Yeah, but talking about more WNBA stuff on my other YouTube channel, check it out, and following pretty much all the games. And I landed a sponsorship, James. I kind of talked about it.
You told me.
I'm not going to disclose it, but they hitting your boy up out here. So, but yeah, man, what we got? On the table, I think we got Backlash.
Yes, Backlash.
WWE Backlash. I watched this show, James. It wasn't a bad show or anything. I thought it was better than WrestleMania.
It was.
And I was like, I feel nothing.
Why would you?
We're
not watching week to week.
I've watched the TV, like at least the Raws, and I checked in a little bit on SmackDown, but not too much on SmackDown. I've watched the Raws and seen the angles going into it. I did enjoy Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. I don't know if I liked.
Why did their fans not like it?
I didn't know they didn't like it.
Not in general. This is, Twitter can, small sample size. But I saw people like not understand like the story they were telling where Roman survived. He won, but he survived.
Yeah.
Now I was like, you don't get that.
Yeah, they drove it home further the next night on Raw where they had Jacob fuck him up again and put him through a table.
And fuck up the whole family.
Yeah, and just fuck everybody up.
He's fucking up by hitting headbutts where we see they're not making fucking contact.
Imagine if he made contact, James.
Fuck. Bro, I have not been impressed at all with Jacob Fatu in WWE. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm tweeting this out. I don't give a fuck now. Like, you know that the camera's right behind you. You know you're doing a protected headbutt. Just fucking headbutt your hand. Jesus fucking Christ.
Your hand. Like, what the fuck?
That's the reason why you put your hand there.
Yeah. But yeah, like as far as their match, I like their match. I thought Roman came to work and like in a certain way, like I know it would sound blasphemous, but I kind of like this better than Roman Reigns and CM Punk just because of the physicality and athleticism that was on display. But
okay.
I would probably say for me it was the best match of the night. I would have I know they couldn't do it. I would have liked Jacob to win, but like they were clearly like, all right, we had to get through this, but we need Jacob standing tall at the end of this shit. So
you got to make Jacob look strong.
Yeah.
That's what my thought of it was. Like, you got to make Jacob look really strong. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking of what CM Punk said on that podcast. He's like, make him real strong if I fucking put him over.
Right. There's a lot of that. Like, and I'm like, all right. Like, so, because, I kind of talked about it on ROPW where it was like, okay, they're sending him across Roman when he was a SmackDown guy all the way in the lead up to this. They did that thing with him and Cody in January where they had that brawl and that segment where they were sitting down, and they've essentially traded Jacob Fatu and Gunther and was like, yeah, Gunther, your ass is jettisoned away from Roman Reigns again. What's going on there, by the way? And they're going to do Gunther and Cody, but obviously that didn't happen on the pay-per-view. I don't know. I think the Jacob thing is I'd be careful about beating him. 'Cause I think he can get over and be a really big star, but we'll see.
I mean, he's going to be over regardless because he has the catchphrases that he says, and he pulled a string and he says the catchphrase, so it's already over. My thing is like how I feel like there's a kiddie pool level of depth in that character. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, and I could be wrong, but like from what I've seen of it, I'm like, I don't think this is gonna last long. If he's not tied to his relatives, but he's tied to his relatives right now, so
yeah.
We'll see.
We have Seth and Braun Breaker.
But have you noticed? When's the last time you heard of Solo Sikoa though?
Everybody around him was getting released.
Yeah, but like the actual charismatic relatives, they're still on TV.
Well, the actual relatives themselves. they got rid of them other niggas that ain't actually relatives.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, my point is like he back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Hope you figure it out, brother. Jacob, or excuse me.
Maybe they'll make some trios titles.
Oh my God. Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Apparently, James, this was on ESPN2. And it did under 1 million viewers. Did you know that, James?
No.
That came out today, and I was like, wow.
So Saturday. So that was between playoff games when that happened.
Yeah.
NBA playoff games.
That sounds kind of disappointing.
I don't know
what the expectation is.
I don't know. So I have no idea.
I don't know what the expectation is, but like, Seth, I don't know. He wrestled Braun Breaker, and there were some notable moments in this thing that kind of went viral. Yeah, there were two separate botches, and then one botch had there were 3 botches, and 2 were back to back, basically. But I thought outside of it, I thought it was a really great match. And like, I thought, quite frankly, like, hey man, Seth is out here with this guy that only has like 5 moves. and he was able to make this match really work with this guy that only has like 5 moves. And it's like, hey, he just kept spearing him. It was so funny. Like
Spears and Frankensteiners. Like, what the fuck? All right. Like it was almost like watching like a early Kamatani match where it's like, all right, man, enough of the fucking Hurricane Ranas. But something tells me that Braun Breaker's not gonna break out and be the Saya Kamatani of WWE. Something tells me that. But yeah, man, it's this is the match. This is a match he got.
You know what it kind of
Braun
reminds me
Breaker's gonna be
of?
a star. He's gonna have to wrestle Seth Rollins, and he's gonna have to. Seth is gonna have to eventually wrestle the level of Seth if he's gonna make it to the top of the card.
You know what this kind of card reminded me of? I don't know if you remember Fully Loaded 2000, where they had 3 different matches where basically they had new people in the promotion that they were trying to have work with the established people. So it was Triple H versus Jericho, The Rock versus Chris Benoit, and then Undertaker versus Kurt Angle. So on this show is Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Trick Williams.
You said 2000?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wait, when was a super awesome Angle and Undertaker match? It had to be later.
06.
Okay.
Trick Williams and Sami Zayn, and then this one right here, the Seth Rollins Braun Breaker. So like, I was looking to see who was going to win tonight amongst the young niggas, and I think Jacob won by a mile. But he was the only one that quote unquote didn't win the match or whatever.
I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
It's not like, look, I think that a Braun Breaker and Seth match is great, but it ain't great because of Braun Breaker. It's great because Seth basically idiot-proofed it for him.
Yeah.
You only know how to do 5 things, you only do 5 things, and then I'll work around it.
Yeah. So,
and while I work around it, I'm fucking up early in the match, but I'm able to get it together by the end of it.
I'm gonna fall down on my damn head a few times.
I'm telling you, if them botches had happened in the second half of that match than the first one, I'd kill this match.
Yeah, man. tough.
Oh yeah, Trick. Good point. Trick versus look, man.
Trick versus Sami Zayn. That was a full Sami Zayn. You know, like you gonna run the Sami Zayn offense in this match. That's what that was.
Man,
wasn't bad for Trick. I thought it was, you know, obviously they went longer than they did at WrestleMania, which I felt like was a complete like WrestleMania 6 style match. Like 5 minutes, get your ass out the ring. This one was a little bit more, and I think they set the layout of the match. I think helped it get over rather than the actual match. It was like, oh, okay, all this stuff is leading to one thing after another, and you know, Trick is Trick. There's not that thing in the ring. Like Trick is like obviously behind even Braun. Yeah, absolutely. And like they've put this nigga in the ring with Dragunov before. They've had him with Sami Zayn staple for months, and
they flat out have chosen him over Carmelo Hayes since NXT.
Yeah, and like Sami Zayn's like probably like, you know, is as good as a pick right now to do something. Like if you just look at the profile of wrestlers, Trick Williams is like, all right, you go in there with a Sami Zayn to try to like get to the next level. But this is the difference in not having house shows, because he would have been wrestling Sami Zayn for 2 months at this point, right? Night in, night out. He's not wrestling him night in and night out. He's doing segments. He's working with the fucking gingerbread man and all types of other shit, right?
Could you put La Nola Cola? Yes. Would you say that he's a one trick pony? That's nasty.
Is Trick gonna end up in the LA Knight box? No, he's 10 years younger than him. And he doesn't fuck up nearly as much as LA Knight. LA Knight can like go viral off all these botches. Like that nigga fucks up shit like when he's by himself. Like no one around him. Like he'll fuck up walking up the top rope or something. Like I like LA Knight, but
same.
We gotta be honest here.
Yeah, same. He's trying so hard that he put too much pressure on himself, and it's causing the fuck ups. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other man? We talked about Trick and Sammy, Seth, and Braun. Asuka and Io. So in this whole thing that they set up, pretty good match. I think they obviously could have done a better one, but this was like about wrapping up Asuka's time in the company, seemingly. And
that's what it looks like.
And they've set this whole thing up, and they did this angle on Raw where Asuka was like, I've been looking for somebody to replace me, essentially, and it's you. And, you know, symbolically, it is.
Symbolic? No. In a racial quota status or tier or whatever else, yeah, she is the top Joshi now, Io. The problem is, as far as the place and role that Asuka held in WWE for forever, no, Io doesn't wrestle like that. Asuka was the closest thing to an ass kicker in the women's division's ever had.
Yeah, I guess like you know how
ain't nobody yelling Io's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They're doing something else.
No. They're saying it metatextually, not actual what's on the screen. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you're replacing her as a top Joshi in this promotion. But like when Asuka's saying on the screen, it's supposed to be like, you're taking, you've replaced me as holding fear and respect in other wrestlers' hearts in this women's division. Io don't really do that. Io's the inspiring, I can't do that, I can't move like that person. Whatever.
Io was basically Miss Elizabeth, like for the last few months. Seemingly, whenever she's standing next to Rhea Ripley, man, they got her standing up on Rhea Ripley's shoulder. I'm like, hey, bro, this is nasty.
Yes.
Myron
well,
said,
they're trying to attract a different audience.
Yeah. Is it true that Asuka has 0 Mania wins?
That could be true.
It could be true.
She should have won 2018 at WrestleMania 34. She got fucked over.
I think we'll see Kana in Jacksonville. We will not. I don't believe so at all.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Danhausen.
I'll put it like this: if she wants a job, she'll get one. But
yeah,
I don't look. If she wanted a job, she could have a job that she has right now. Ain't nobody firing Asuka.
Yeah. And lots of people were there for her match backstage and heard a lot of things about people saying goodbye to her, and obviously Asuka's like really beloved. Like you think about somebody that came over and was
she's
Raw
the fifth
and
horsewoman.
NXT. Yeah, the real fifth horsewoman, not Alexa Bliss.
Wait, what?
There's an entire movement to cast her as the fifth horsewoman, James. Like, people be making these graphics and all this other shit. Like, look, you want to talk about a gag gift? Like, oh man, that would be an all-timer to show up to the FOH draft and then hand you a five horsewoman shirt with Alexa Bliss on it.
Leave. You know how furious I'd be. Oh my
Five
God.
horsewoman with Alexa right in the middle. Like,
Oh my
that's
God.
the ones I be seeing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out here, bro?
Make it nastier. Put her in the middle and then put her like right next to Mercedes.
Or you got to put Mercedes like
God.
behind her, like like.
Oh, like a flying V situation.
Yeah.
That's
like
nasty.
Focus on Alexa, or you do like a larger Alexa and then the rest of them around her, kind of
Like she's the big head. Oh my God.
like big head, big push. Like,
oh my God.
oh man, that's nasty.
Get out of here.
That's super nasty. Who else?
Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit, man. I'm telling you now. Do not.
I love it. But yeah, man. AEW. So what happened this week? They were in
Darby Allin happened this week.
Yeah, they were in Asheville, North Carolina.
Yeah, from Wednesday's show. Yeah.
Yep. What'd you think of the show, James?
I like the Ospreay match. I like the main event. I like the segment with Death Riders and Ospreay. And then I kind of like and I like the opener with MJF and the 20 bald niggas. There's literally 20 bald niggas. It's literally 20. I counted. It's fucking hilarious.
Also, did you feel like a part of that segment, was there something that like you connected to in that?
With MJF, no.
No. Okay. I don't know, man. Why he don't want to be bald so bad?
He's a heel.
I don't know, man. Like, bald life don't seem that bad. Like,
it's not unless you like somebody that's like really insecure about being bald.
yeah, and we missed
But
that.
here's the thing: if you're willing to get on a plane ride and spend $1,000 to go to Turkey to get hair implants, you're insecure about being bald.
So we missed that last week. I don't know how it kind of just like missed it, but I think it actually kind of benefits us. We should probably just start there because I wanted to see if they played it for comedy, and they did. And
At the beginning,
yeah, the whole thing like with the title versus the hair now as they pull it out, and I was like, I thought it was underwhelming, and I was like, I don't really care about that. And the
Why
reason
should you?
is, I was
especially when you know because of that stipulation what outcome's going to be.
There's that, and I think just historically in this country, we have not done a good job with this stipulation. This is not Japan. This is not Mexico. And in this promotion, as recently as a few months ago, this is played for jokes with Wheeler Yuta and different shit like that. Like, to where, why do I, like, what does MJF's hair mean to Darby as a wrestler and to really me as a fan? I like you said, I know people mention his hair like from time to time, and obviously there's a thing there, but I feel like the better stipulation, and I actually asked someone about it, and that pretty much like high up in the promotion, and I was like, what's the deal here? And like, I feel like, I told my thoughts, and they were like, oh, okay, yeah, I can see what you mean. And I was like, well, if MJF has fucked two seminal babyfaces out of their chances to ever be the AEW World Champion, did the angle with Cody Rhodes, did it to Hangman Page, just beat him in a match. He's taking this from them, right? Why wouldn't he basically, after being denied and denied and denied over and over again by Darby Allin, as Darby just stacks defense on top of defense, and in his desperation, knowing like the pay-per-view is coming unofficially, that's where his brain would explode, and he's dropped the title in the fashion that he did. Why would he not like get desperate enough to be like, I'll put someone on the line and say I will never challenge again, and then like people could actually believe it because it happened directly because of this guy. It's a linear story from him, and like if he wins, he wasn't gonna lose his fucking hair anyway. So like, and if he wins, he was always gonna be the champion anyway. I think that would have been a much more effective tool, because it would have been like Darby Allin, when he hears that, is like, oh, I actually want that. I want to erase you how you erased everybody else.
So I'm assuming the answer is we just did that step 2 months ago. So if we do it again, what the fuck? Now, here's the thing. If you were to have waited till like Full Gear and did Darby and this for that, and MJF has failed and failed and failed and can't get this fucking thing from him and can't get a title shot and went into the Owen and lost and all this bad luck or whatever else, and he gets desperate, then it's earned. But like, it's literally just like, he lost the title, and then next pay-per-view he's getting his rematch.
People are calling this an Apuestas match and everything like that. No, that's in Mexico. They actually care about that shit.
Right.
Like,
people actually get paid extra to give up their mask or give up their hair.
Like in Japan, we saw Tam and Julia. Do you think this is going to feel like Tam and Julia by the time it's done,
Fuck
James?
no.
Do you think this is going to feel like Minoru Suzuki and Hiroki Goto, where Suzuki fucking sits down and shaves his own head
it's
like a badass?
That's
not close to being on the table.
It's not gonna feel like Tocha Yamada and Manami Toyota. It's not gonna feel like Chigusa Nagayo and Bull Nakano. Not Bull Nakano. Dump Matsumoto either time. It's not gonna feel like it's not gonna feel like Arisa Nakajima and Nanai Takahashi. No, it's not.
Because like when you put your hair on the line, it's not just your hair; it's your pride being put on the line. MJF has no pride, so like the character of MJF has no pride. So like,
I mean, there is a story there to his vanity, right? Because it's like, yeah, put your hair on the line because I know you flew to Turkey. That's why they mentioned the line. It works to that extent, but it's like, the real thing is this. This match was not put in the main event last month to do Omega and MJF, because they realized that MJF and Darby wasn't a worthy main event draw. So they did the title match, and now they have to do the pay-per-view match, and they need a gimmick they felt they needed a gimmick to be strong enough to sell the pay-per-view. Gotta tell you, even with this gimmick, it ain't worked. Or it don't feel like it's worked. Even though I think Darby's had an all-time title run already, I still don't think that people are going to drop their hard-earned money to the extent that it was for the Omega match, because people already feel like this is a predetermined gimmick.
They do have the advantage of it being Double or Nothing rather than Dynasty, so I think you should account for that.
In a pay-per-view? Fair enough.
But
and then you see they're doing Bandito versus Swerve, and then Ospreay versus Joe.
Oh,
and then the Stadium Stampede. Yeah. Also, all right, is Stadium Stampede main eventing?
I don't believe it is, but it could. It's the Elite. I mean, those things do main event. It main evented last year, or no, it didn't main event last year.
No. What's the final?
Ospreay and Hangman did.
Yeah,
but other ones, the Elite and the BCC one main evented. There was a couple other ones that main evented too.
Have you seen that men's bracket for the one?
I did. We should probably talk about that. So first round, we've got Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe. We'll get to this, for sure. Jack Perry versus Mark Davis. Below them on the left side, top right, you got Swerve versus Bandito, and then the bottom you have Claudio versus Brody King. I don't love this tournament because I'm fine with the Ospreay and Joe match, the Swerve Bandito match. the Jack Perry, Mark Davis thing being just a direct rematch of what they did, just now, to do it again, to basically put Mark Davis to the second round for Will Ospreay. I hate when tournaments are essentially done through storylines that are like pre-existing storylines. I feel like a tournament.
Are we sure that Mark Davis isn't going to lose and get so Jack Perry gets his win back?
Yes, because I think Will Ospreay getting his win back is more important than Jack Perry getting his win back.
Good point. I forgot about that. I forgot about the Mark Davis. I forgot about that beating. Totally forgot about that. You're right.
I think the only thing that could really go either way is Claudio versus Brody King, and who knows the direction on that. I'm pretty sure Swerve's going to beat Bandito. So
right.
There's
if Swerve beats Bandito, then you do the rematch of Brody versus Swerve, given how well that went in the pay-per-view. Was that the last pay-per-view, or was that two pay-per-views
Revolution
ago? Revolution, yeah.
Yep. And they've got I think this thing's Swerve versus Will in the finals. The finals are going to be at Forbidden Door.
It's fucking obvious.
Yeah. And
there's only two possible people that can main event Wembley in that out of those 8
entire tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wish there was, so thoughts on why top guys like Mox and Omega are not being in the Owen. I think Kenny Omega has another destiny. As far as Mox, he's tied with Will right now, and either he can still be an obstacle for Will on the way to Wembley. There is another pay-per-view in July that I think people should start knowing about if they haven't already picked up on that. I think Kenny Omega's destiny is not tied to being a challenger. You look at how Dynasty ended, got kind of fucked, but we'll see how that works out. I don't think we're done with seeing Kenny Omega. Look, when you saw Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega in that office together the night after Dynasty, that's a flashing sign.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, when we gonna get to it? Because we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen Omega since then, in a match. And like next match he's gonna have, it's gonna be fucking Stampede. Anarchy in the Arena, Stampede, whatever the fuck they want to call it.
That whole thing is like, so the guys that are in it, it's gonna be fucking awesome. Like,
oh yeah.
Like you look at it, but I'm like, this don't like. It's like this just kind of appeared out of left field.
Rich, when that kind of the same thing we said with that Tanahashi double cage match shit.
Yes.
Where it's like, yeah, it's Darby, Ibushi, Omega, and Ospreay. It's gonna be awesome, but like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, this kind of just appeared out of thin air.
Speaking of that picture of those that Babyface 5 looks a lot more legendary now that Darby Allin's out here on Legendary Run. We instead of 4 legends and an up and coming legend, it's now 5 legends.
Yeah,
it's straight up just 5 legends now.
Yeah. Will was in that picture, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, it was Swerve. I'm sorry, it was not Swerve. It was Omega, Ibushi, Ospreay, Tanahashi, and Darby. That was the babyface team.
Damn, that the legendary Will Ospreay. I like that because like when I watched that segment with him in the backyard with Daniel Garcia calling him his young boy and shit, I don't know. It don't seem to quite hold up that way.
People ain't allowed to talk shit. People ain't allowed to lie no more. No.
He has to learn hoes from the heels now.
Hoes that he already knows. That's the actual frustrating part. It's not that it's new shit. It's shit he already knows.
I feel
we
like
know he already knows. I've seen him wrestle Zack Sabre Jr.
He
couldn't do them hoes. He couldn't get out of it. He couldn't wrestle Zack Sabre Jr.
I asked this question on Twitter and I got some pushback and I got some people agreeing with me, and I'm fine with that because I'm taking an unpopular position. I realize against 2 popular wrestlers that are beloved, right? I think Will Ospreay is being sabotaged, and like, I don't want to tie him directly to the Wembley tickets because like, how much is one thing gonna swing Wembley at this point? You gotta like kind of be fair to it. Like there's not gonna be just one thing you press the button and the way you execute something that's gonna make this rush of tickets just go out the door, right?
What's it? August? What is August 20? Is it late August?
Yes. As of this point,
we're 3 months away. Does it feel like the 3 months away for the biggest show of the year?
No.
They don't have anything in the fire. It don't seem like. I mean, we all assume. I'm sorry. We all presume that Ospreay's in there, but it's like we know who the champion is going to be. We don't even no. We don't know shit. We have Ospreay. Ospreay. He's not even like directly gunning for the title. He's doing this, trying to find himself thing because he has confidence issues because of his back or neck injury, and it's like okay.
I was very like I was just listening to Moxley just talk him down essentially. I don't know if that's fair to say. I don't know if he was talking him down. It was like he was just giving him the speech, right?
I like the speech though. It was like, hey, you are I saw you in Best Super Juniors when you won, and you were out there and you felt like you could fly and you were free, and now you feel like you can't be free, and it's like, hey man, nothing's changed. Like it actually was a good it was a good speech. Like, hey man, you're still you. You just gotta be stop worrying about trying to protect stuff and try to go forward and attack as if you got something to gain because you're Will Ospreay. I liked it. It just I don't know. I like these things in a vacuum, but I don't know how it's. I don't know where I still don't know where we're going with this story, and I would like for them to get to the point where we know where we're going with this story.
You know how this whole thing would work a lot better, James? If it wasn't Will Ospreay that he was talking to doing all this. Like
it was
if it was actually like a younger wrestler that was like on the verge of like actually needing real elevation and not like this living legend who's a Tokyo Dome main eventer, who's like a former IWGP champion, who is like has some of the best main events in the history of this company already, some of the best matches in the history of this company.
Yeah.
Like it would work so much better with somebody like that. And then I'm wondering why he's following around Daniel Garcia, and he's taking 15 minutes to beat Ace Austin after they're supposedly making him a killer. And meanwhile, these Death Rider guys who have accomplished nothing, in kayfabe, like the rest of these guys that are around Mox. So, like, when he's going 15 minutes with Ace Austin, then randomly beats him with a flying arm bar, and then, like, sets up the match with all this world.
You ain't like him Azumi kicking his arm out of his arm?
It came so randomly, seemingly, after the nigga like fell down, did the Jay White, I'm a fall down and stuff like that.
All right, I'm like, look, you need to say you need to keep it in your back pocket for Jay White when he come back.
Yeah, like he's opened up all this world of sports shit, and I don't know, man. It felt like the crowd was noticeably quieter during this match. I don't know if that's Ace Austin being in there with him. I don't know what happened here.
It's Ace Austin,
but it was like
it's a collision. Why is this collision dude on my Dynamite?
But he's been getting burned on Dynamite lately. Like he fought Okada, he fought Moxley.
How did that go when he fought Okada? Same thing.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I just saw it and I was like, is this
he's a gun clubber?
I was like, is this Kip Sabian versus Hangman Page all over again? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we're trying to heat
He's a lot better than Kip Sabian.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, like, as far as like how the match is like being done and received and stuff like that, and I'm like. It just, for me, it feels like this will work better with somebody. You feel he should be a world beater and
not a person that has doubts, given that he's failed over and over and over in this company. Like I think that's the thing that's getting lost in the story is like he's had shots at the title, he's failed over and over and over, and he's lost the Owen last year, and it's like, and he has his neck injury, and it's like the person that's building him back up, the person that put him on the shelf, and like for me, it's like I get from your perspective being like. He ain't got it. He shouldn't have to, or he shouldn't go.
He don't care that they hurt him.
I mean, I think he's earned his trust in that way. Like his thing, I'm with you on certain parts of what you're. Okay. I get what your complaints are as far as like this is you feel like it's suboptimal because I feel like suboptimal because I don't know where the fuck this is going necessarily. But for me, it's like I find what you're doing interesting, so I'm willing to give it a bit of doubt until it starts becoming interesting. Then I'll turn on just like you're already off of it.
Yeah, I just feel like it's especially at the same time.
They made a choice. You don't like the choice. I get it.
Right. He's in New Japan Pro Wrestling like Will Ospreay. He's always been, and he came back. Like
I forgot about that part. But then again. They don't care. They ain't even pretending that New Japan even exists.
But they do pretend New Japan exists in this very angle when they had the
in the
Empire,
angle, but not as far as what happened in the match is what I mean.
But I'm saying they brought the United Empire over to be with him.
I know,
And it's like,
but that was before they went when he went over. They showed up first, and then he went over after.
yeah, man, it's like
I get you.
I'm just like, who talked him into doing this? Like, yeah, this is gonna be good for you. Like, this is gonna get you more over. I'm like, I always thought babyface is hopping off the operating table after a neck injury, coming back, being fucking spectacular. That one seems like it has a really good hit rate. Like, I don't know, man. And look, people are like calling me a fucking idiot on Twitter for like even questioning this, James. So I'm like, it's people that
I think it comes down to taste and patience, and I think like you just have no more patience for our Death Riders anymore. And I mean, I don't blame you.
Yeah, and it's like
because they've been a roller coaster the last year and a half.
And like if people say they like, it's weird because like they say they want these like kind of stories or don't want these kind of stories, but then like they see two people they like doing it, and it's like, what happened to us not wanting them kind of stories? So like,
you got to explain what you mean by that. By
like,
what kind
as far as like these outside the ring, like long monologues, like this is the bruv line essentially and stuff like that. People have made fun of Roman Reigns for doing all this and these long layered relationship based things, and like they're coming to his aid. They're not letting Ospreay really talk for himself anymore at this point. And it's like him like basically looking at Ace Austin, who essentially this should be a laydown, and it's like it's not. And like I just saw you fuck Blake Christian up like 2 months ago or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like,
Blake Christian's ROH though. He's lower in the kayfabe logic compared to Ace Austin, who's on Collision all the time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, and it's just like,
I mean, I enjoyed the match, but
yeah, it's the spectacular Will Ospreay. I feel like is like a layup, and it's like, and ultimately, I think he's gonna end up being that
eventually. Yeah,
when it's time to be, but it's like, is Moxley an obstacle before the championship or after the championship at this rate?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Like,
no idea.
And what the fuck does he actually want from Will? He wants to make somebody like, I think he's trying to do his Jumbo Saruta thing, to be like, we're trying to train the next generation of whoever guys to surpass us and stuff like that. That's cool. But it's like, pick somebody else. I seen your training methods. Like it ain't worked with Wheeler Yuta. It ain't worked with Daniel Garcia.
Well, it's because it's fucking Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia. It's two guys that weren't going to make it to the main event of AEW. They never were going to do that. Even when Danielson was working them, he didn't get that done. Why was Moxley going to be able to get it done?
I don't know, man.
Like those two, in fact, those two are now in the same faction. Like they should have been a tag team with rivals, and they were rivals in ROH. And then like they're just around. They getting checks, good for them. Yeah. Will you just make an ass of himself? He's a good Dominic Mysterio stand-in. As far as the guy that does the bump as the bump guy or whatever else, but it's like Garcia re-signed and immediately got demoted the second he signed.
That's incredible because like I remember like when he was just by himself and it was like, you can keep him by himself, but then it was
they were putting that man in main event after main event after main event. Remember that?
Yep, I remember that. But it was like to the whole thing of the Moxley and Will thing. What's Moxley even doing at the pay-per-view? I don't even think he's going to be on the show unless like Kyle O'Reilly wants some smoke with him.
I don't fucking know. And like, I mean, I don't even know because are the Trios House being defended? Because I saw a promo. What was the promo with the conglomeration on the show with Willow? Yeah. I forgot what it was about.
They basically said, Orange Cassidy doesn't know which two members are going to take the tag title shot. Kyle O'Reilly said he wants Cassidy and Roderick Strong. He asked Moxley, when are we doing this, essentially? So Kyle O'Reilly wants Moxley again. So that might be on the pay-per-view.
Okay, cool. On 1 week notice. On 2 show notice.
Well, yeah.
He's been interacting with Ospreay for months. Kyle showed him at the last pay-per-view.
He did.
Like, bro, it feels like they're just throwing shit at the wall right now. And I gotta tell you, they better get their shit together for Wembley.
This company feels very unorganized. Like, and I don't know if you guys are seeing it. But
And it's really weird because this was not the case. Like, think of how awesome TV was from
like 3 months ago.
The beginning of the month until the beginning of the year, from the first episode of Dynamite until we got to Revolution.
It's almost
it was
like
incredible television.
It's almost like there's a shadow booker and it's like going like left, like organizationally.
Maybe it could just be like, hey, I was able to get us to Revolution. I had no plans to get us to Double or Nothing.
Yeah. And all these people being off television has not helped.
You don't think it's good to have no Swerve, no Hangman, and no no Omega on TV for weeks on end?
I don't believe so.
You don't think it's good to have Kazuchika Okada scheduled for a title match, and all of a sudden he gets replaced?
James, we should probably talk about that. Look, I know this. I heard the story is allegedly legit. I have not asked about it. I will ask about it. Right. Now I'm going to be reckless and speculate, like, because, they said it was family business. He had to head back to Japan. I'll take his word for it because Okada has not, had to go back to Japan much, for anything really, right?
Like to miss a show, you mean, yeah.
To miss a show, yeah. So he was scheduled to face Darby Allin, and Darby Allin throughout this reign has kind of collected a bunch of people that he didn't get to face in the C2, sneakily, right? So they announced the Okada match. Okada does the angle last week. And then all of a sudden they switched it to Takeshita. And I'm like, I saw people in the Discord, they were like, I think it was Daniel who was on the show last year. Like, y'all want me to put over a junior? Like,
keep in mind, Okada loves wrestling junior, so that's bullshit.
I'm sure he likes wrestling him. Do he like losing to him? like, where's the proof of that?
Oh, I mean, they could easily just have, Sketch comes out there or whatever else is nonsense with like one Ospreay. Look, I can tell you what the finish for that's going to be right now, right? There's going to have your boy on commentary, Callis. Callis is going to try to go and get the screwdriver for Darby. Takeshita will come out there and stop the screwdriver transfer, and then Darby rolls that man up and gets out of there. I can tell you that's the finish right there.
Yeah.
They was gonna have Darby hit that man with a.
What you mean he wasn't gonna give him the call? He wasn't gonna pick him up over his head and slam him.
They was not gonna have Darby Allin beat that man with a coffin drop. That was not gonna happen. Get the fuck out of here. You know that. He ain't paying him that much money for that shit.
Yo,
here's my question, right?
I just saw that. I was like, it don't pass the smell test. Like, I ain't doing no fucking job. I'm a champion. I got a pay-per-view match the following week. Right. Why the fuck would I do that?
Rich, is Okada making double or triple or 4 times what Darby Allin's making?
Look, I don't know when Darby's deal was up or anything like that, but I would imagine Kazuchika Okada coming over was a $3 million a year guy walking in the door.
That's okay then. There you go.
So, yeah. Yeah, and on those limited dates. So,
right.
Barry Bloom don't miss. So,
right.
Yeah, but as far as
just wait till Okada ends up in the Dome main event. Just wait. Another one.
Another one.
Another one. Yes.
Another one.
Yes. Look, let that man get that V4 off of Suji.
Let's just have him, or he can just go beat Callum Newman. Y'all want it off him anyway.
No. Suji had to get that back.
Have
Okada look. Be like Okada's like, look. Okada's like, I make the calls. Look, I say who goes in the main event against me in the Dome. It will not be Callum Newman. It'll be Yota Tsuji. Tell him to come forth and lay down for the Rainmaker.
Yeah, so like, I'm just saying, it don't pass the smell test. So Takeshita goes out there with Darby, historic, great pairing here. I don't think this is the match that they had a few years ago, which I felt like was just like new levels of crazy.
Yeah.
But this one,
remember when they went back-to-back match? They tried to speed run Feud of the Year.
Yes, they did. They did some wild shit in this one too, though. Like that
They did a connected super German superplex. That's fucking insane.
Fucking Blue Thunder Bomb to the outside of the ring. Like, look, man, this nigga Darby Allin is trying to die. Like, this is the Darby Allin Invitational G1. Like, this is what this whole shit has been. Like, who wants to step up to Darby Allin and take your best shot, essentially.
Hey, man, you see that comment in there?
This one?
No.
This one?
Yes. Block him. Block them. Get them out of here. Oh, Okada versus Jake Lee in the Dome. LOL. I got an LOL.
Who said that? Who said that? Okada versus... Whoa. That is
disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
Shit.
When is Jake Lee going to NXT?
I don't know, man. Yeah, Evil debuted this week. I didn't see his debut. Oh, excuse me, Naraku debuted. I didn't see his debut.
And then he said Naraku is evil.
Hilarious.
I know.
All time, like, bro, I think Evil has the potential to be an all-time comedy wrestler, unintentional comedy wrestler in WWE. If they just allow that man to like speak like bits of English to where, and he just like leans into like him being evil, like.
I mean, they already not look. They don't let him come out there with the big long robe. They don't let him come out there with the whole scythe and all that kind of stuff. So he already is toned down.
Yeah. What else do we have going on?
you remember when Milano Collection AT used to pray? He used to pray when that man came out.
Yes.
You might be on to something about Evil being unintentional comedic genius. You might be on to something.
Yeah.
Cause that man turned on Milano Collection AT. That shit had me dying. And I felt bad laughing at it too.
So the women's Owen, very inspired.
Far more competitive. Way more competitive.
Hold on.
Higher
than
men.
Doing here? I was like, what are we doing here? So we got Alex Windsor against Will Nightingale at Double or Nothing. That's gonna be great.
Yeah. There's a Persephone versus Hazuki match in the top left.
Yep. The winner of that is gonna face a Persephone Hazuki. That's just hook that to the veins.
Now, given that Persephone and Willow have made eyes with each other backstage, I'm assuming that's obviously Hazuki's going to lose. And then you get Persephone versus Willow. That's going to be a fun match. The other side, unfortunately, Sky Blue's in it, but it's Sky Blue versus Sari. And then you potentially have in the second round, Sari versus Athena.
Yep. Yeah. Hook it up.
That's real pro wrestling. God damn it.
Or Sky Blue, scores the upset and sends the Sun God home, real quick.
Let me tell you something.
Take it back to Nihon.
Let me tell you something right now, Tony Khan. Don't you even think about that? No bullshit like that. Terrible.
Yeah. But I saw the tournament. I was like, man, that's interesting. Like Hazuki is like longtime favorite of this show.
Yeah.
And haven't seen her in a while.
Who is Athena facing in the opening round?
Mina.
That's right.
So
yeah, man, that's a quality tournament.
Could I have gone for Megan Bain in there? Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's an 8-person tournament and you got 7 really good wrestlers.
Right. Mercedes, not in this thing. So
yeah,
look, I take it as like people not in this thing, like they're threats to like be the champion or something. So I'm not really sweating it, but it has been a while since we've seen Mercedes.
Yeah, it's true. Have we seen her this year? I don't think so.
No.
When's the last time you think we've seen her in AEW?
New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
When she did.
She lost to Willow. That's right.
Yep. What else we have? Andrade's in that match. Yeah, Darby and Takeshita was great. Darby
It's incredible.
Went over.
What do you give that match star rating?
I'd probably say 4.5.
Yeah, they're probably right.
I think MJF signs a contract with Darby, attacks him, they get into it. Thought he cut a pretty good promo, and Darby kind of like mentioned it back and was like, look, man, you say it's all about legacy. That's because you're vain. I'm going to take your hair, essentially, and, they got into it. MJF was going to give him that tombstone and all that, but Kevin Knight ran out and broke it up. Kevin defended the belt in an open challenge. He beat the returning Brian Cage, who looked big as ever.
Yeah.
Speedball defeated somebody named Westbrook. I was like, huh? There's only one Westbrook that I know, Maybe two. Brian Westbrook and Russell. Man. This was just Westbrook. I'm like, all right. And Kevin Knight or Speedball keeps kind of like in Kevin Knight, it's like it feels like
they're making
on a
eyes at each other.
Course. Yeah, for the TNT belt somehow.
Do you that match has to happen? Do you think it happens at Wembley?
Or do you think
it's not big enough to be at Wembley?
I think it's big enough to be at Wembley. Like, especially as much as these guys are pushed on TV, like this would be like the perfect opener for Wembley. Like,
right, but they're pushed on TV because the biggest stars on the fucking shows right
that's
now.
True.
Like,
we have seen much greater
make way for Kenny Omega, make way for Adam Page, make way for Swerve Strickland.
I was gonna say, we have seen much bigger wrestlers be saddled with non-singles matches at an All In or a Wembley Stadium. But I got a feeling there may be some openings on All In this year.
Okay,
so
like, make way for Chris Jericho. Make way for Adam Copeland and Christian Cage.
Yeah, the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh shit.
Get ready. I could have went for Jamie Hayter maybe being in the tournament, or even Tommaso Ciampa being in the Owen. That would have been like give me a Ciampa versus like Brody King or something like that. Like run that up. Ciampa versus Jack Perry. You could have did that. Mark Davis has a belt already, awesome. So I don't know.
Ciampa versus Jack Perry would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like there's like a couple people, like there was a lot of arguments about maybe they should have expanded the field this year. I think I could have went for that on the men's side because like it's either that or book a. So like I don't think a tournament necessarily. I think a tournament can create stories rather than have these stories going into it. It's like, all right, we're anticipating a Swerve and Bandito match, right? But it didn't necessarily need like either the build or anything. You could have just threw that up on the graphic and be like, the story's the tournament. So, like, I don't know. That was weird the way. And then the Joe and Will thing has been playing out for weeks. And it gives meaning to that, like, no doubt. But I don't know. Like I said, I think the tournament itself functions as a story. Yeah, man. This whole thing was Swerve this week on social media. And now, like, it looks like it's an angle for what may, play into his stuff with Bandito, because that's what, he mentioned. He's too dangerous to be on television, and they don't know. I think this is, like, substandard. I think this is very interesting as far as, like, okay, let's say your problem with AEW was that you wanted power and stuff like that. You're in the Owen tournament now. Like, why was Bandito the random target? It's just that the Bandito part comes so far to left field. It's like, huh. And then there was like, tweet and delete situations that had,
It feels like one hand doesn't know what the other's doing.
It feels like stuff is happening.
Because like,
in real
think
time.
of how cool that vignette would have been if they flashed it on the graphic and then like later in the day or like the next week they show that graphic or they show that vignette of him going through that western town and laying waste and doing that same thing. It would have been more impactful.
Yeah, if you put everything in a different order, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
And maybe it was a situation where it's like just need to get this face on TV because people will start asking questions like what's going on. Because at a certain point we'll be like, hey man, where the fuck is Adam Page?
There's that, and then Swerve's stuck in pre-tape hell. If you want to take it from a real life perspective, it's pre-tape hell, and it's like he is turned heel. And it's been 3 months since he was working with Kenny Omega the first time. And then they did the second match March 25th, I believe. And it is now May 15th. We've gone through several weeks of television.
He had the match with Brody King
pay-per-view.
on pay-per-view. Yep.
And that match was in March.
Yep.
He missed a whole pay-per-view. What is going on to keep him off television? Because that tweet didn't appear just for no reason. And you can always turn something into something, that's what it looks like. I've talked about it on ROPW. It feels like there's something going on. And I don't exactly know what it is. I don't ask everything. I sometimes, talk to people. But it's strange. It's very strange. And for that to come out and that be the tweet that was sent, and then as well as the it was the exact same verbiage that I use, almost like we should ask questions about why this is not happening. Then the post from Doc that I had, and I shared, just someone was asking me these questions, right? There were people that thought I was involved in an angle. I, Richard Latta, am not involved in an angle. I am not, being compensated for my participation in an angle. No, I am not part of this. So I shared that question, and it was sent out, and then people were connecting me to it, and my hands are clean on this. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. There's a lot of interesting things going on here, and I don't know how much I can continue to really say these things without starting to point my finger in certain directions of all right, I've X'd this, and this out. What the fuck is the reason for the absence? And perhaps one day we'll be able to talk about it openly.
Perhaps. All right. Well, you got anything on Kenny Omega?
Kenny Omega, shit. I'm sure he been, at home working out, playing Street Fighter, Dance Dance Revolution. Shit. What else could he been doing? Playing with his cat Dobby. Watching movies, hanging with Ibushi, checking the progress on his training. What else did Kenny Omega do in his free time? Probably. I think that's it. The video game.
FaceTime with Ibushi.
FaceTime with Ibushi. Matt and Nick call him to bully him and fuck with him and tell him we need you on the pay-per-view. Can you? I'm not doing this match if you're not doing it. So, I'm sure we'll see Kenny when we see him. Look, maybe him and Swerve are hanging out together, on their time together off television. Maybe they can relate, to whatever's going on. I don't know. Have we considered that, James? Maybe they piece it up. Maybe they realize they have something in common. Me, So, I don't know.
Do it for Rich. Wow.
If it was up to me, we wouldn't have had no match in Sacramento. We would all just kicked it. Y'all wouldn't have saw no match. But yeah, at home watching Best of Super Juniors.
I mean, you see how Kenny Omega act when he in Japan. It's different. So But yeah, you got anything else to cover?
I think that's it. Drop hot takes this morning on the channel, episode 9. Check it out, y'all.
Yeah, y'all check that out.
What else do we have? I think that's it. Iceman just came out, I think.
Oh, yes. Yes, it came out 6 minutes ago.
He dropped 3 albums?
What?
What is wrong with him? 43. So what is he doing?
Remember that was 100 gigs? Flood the market. He tried to.
This is insanity.
He
dropped 3 albums. One was called obviously Iceman. Then there's Maid of Honor, and then Habibti is called. I don't know. And he has a song called WNBA. I don't like this already.
Rich, can you look at the last comment in the chat? Yo, Rich and James, Drake put out a song called BBW on his new album. Hey, Rich, we got to get off this show. I need to hear that right now. I need to hear that right now. Either that's going to be awful or awesome. There's no in between on that one.
That's incredible. I'm looking for. Yeah, it's on the second one. It's on the Maid of Honor one.
It is time. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening to the show. This is One Nation Radio. If you are watching from the stream and you want to donate to us, you can go to the podcast when the show is up. In the show notes, you will see a red circle link. You can go there and donate there. If you're, you can listen to other shows on the network as well. You have Keeping It Strong Style, All Things Elite, Imps Adventures, Wrestling Art with Chris Things, Tunnel Talk, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, AEW Match Guide, and Joshing Around. Thanks for listening, y'all. BBW. All right, that's it.
I didn't know what to say. So I'm looking at Spotify. I don't know if it's different on Apple Music. I only see the Iceman album right now. But yeah, I guess we would start with that. But yeah, we're gonna get up off this thing. And,
you had this shit be taken down from playing this for this shit. We gotta hit this BBW immediately. Rich, turn that shit off and turn that shit on. I need to hear this.
So that song's not out yet. But
it's not out.
No, at least not on Spotify. So, but yeah, we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, later.